Okay, decided to actually sit down and play Doom for 10 minutes since I just stare at my PC all day, kind of wanting to, but then realizing that it completely sucks. So I'm going to make an effort. Use SD Doom and add my mods to it, I suppose. I really need to go through my mods and kind of redo them, but since it's been like 3-4 years since I've done a playthrough, I'll just kind of see what state it's in. I'm not quite sure compatibility wise whether everything's going to work, but we'll see. So, not quite sure if I can put that in there, but we'll give it a go. Got a feeling that this will completely mess things up, to be honest, because I don't think I ever finished that PK3. Should be fine. Don't need any of that. Got my menu in there? Must have my menu in there, surely. Yep. I guess I could play Sigil 2. Since I don't think I've actually done a complete run through it yet. Because it's probably extremely confined. Actually, it's probably maps that are the world's biggest maps ever, while still having the most confined, jaunty gameplay ever. Because that's what to expect. Secrets. Secrets. No, I don't need that. I don't need pixel fixes. I don't need the clean mod. Weapons. Cool. Okay, that should be good to go. Whether or not all the folders are listed is a different question. Is everything on that? Let's just double check. It's fucking 50 years to set this fucking thing up. And then they update shit and change stuff. Dicks. Right. Dynamic creatures. Yeah. Audio. Yeah. Creatures commands. Doom 1. Yeah, that's okay because it won't load that yet. Pick up monsters. Level effects. Oh, level effects. What level effects did I have in there that were useful? The sky pack. Oh, it's already in there. That's not even my wad, so that's a whip. That needs to be finished. That's Z script 3.4, so can't actually remember what version uses what script, which is fucking annoying. I can't be bothered with all the rest of it. Okay, cool, that should be good to go. Wow. How long did that take? Just to get going. 5 minutes. Fuck me. I mean, it really is a complete bastard to set this shit up. Okay, let's go. FC Doom. Pow, would it work? Yeah, it kind of looks like it's working. It takes 6 hours to load the music. So. fantastically shitty start, isn't it? So why does one file that used to work with everything not work now? That is the question. Obviously, it's not my fault. This is a bullshit compatibility, lack of documentation, you're a bunch of cunts situation. Although then again, it could be my fault because there could be something in the file that's just completely fucking it up. But whatever, we'll get around that. What's the easiest way to do that? Slade, I suppose. Yeah, Slade. Fuck you, Doom. You're the shittest game ever. What a load of art. Yeah, that's right. 24 tracks. Right. Fuck it. Yeah, I can see my PC going out the window because I'm going to boot this up. It's not going to work. Which is why I don't like doing anything. Definitely fucking loading though. Wow, what's going on? That's fucking shocking. At what point did they not support WAV files? Or am I just missing the, did I not put the DLL in there? Oh, no, he's fucking in there, alright. Yeah, it's not DLL this year, it can't be. Maybe it is, wow. That's bizarre. Why don't they just put it in the fucking documentation like the libsane file is required to play WAV files? Should be played with fucking OpenAL directly. So how long did it take to set up EasyLoon today? 10 minutes. And it's still not even working, what the fuck? Because I haven't loaded the bat file. Okay, looks like we need that extra fucking DLL then. What a load of bollocks, 10 minutes. Ah, shit. There we go. Thank you. Took him off the bishop. Finally, I actually managed to pay a level of what I am saying. Son of a bitch. Wish all my best for my I don't get any views anyway. It's a shit for this stuff. Hey, let's just do another one. I'm sure I think more stuff like this. I did. This has been going on here. And a little bit OCD, and run this. Just go along. So, before we start the next, I know, I'm one of those dickheads that's decided that because we've got 48,000 shit boom engines, I should make 48,001 shit boom engines. So, SZ boom. It's supposed to be a platform. Can't even get the I haven't really there is a problem because that's something you'll play out if it's getting later variants. I guess that's why we went to the but it is an identity. Going we do, even if amateur that it's full of shit code which is obviously for the benefit of some users, mainly developers. Historically speaking, I suppose having one binary that works on all systems is pretty cool, isn't it? It's impressive. But I've only got one Windows PC, or one operating system, and that's Windows. We don't need any of the junk code from everything else. Linux bullshit. And then finally they'll be approaching the same code because I'm 100% sure that possible to prove that the GZ Doom doesn't actually need any sound. The music at all, my code is wasted time and resources doing good stuff. External aspects way more I just want to get in that room. Which is working in this version. What's going on here anyway? Should I just put that up on the sides? No, you won't be able to see that shit. Pop that on the side. Okay, so we got Doom Wad with DH4999, and that's my version of it. All of these mods I started last month. I wanted everything to work. Actually, that's probably over 10 million. Things that every section of them, 999 or 999. I think that was actually what allows the health to be capped. But you know, all stuff. And weapons, etc. Actually working. For you, I guess. now ruined by DPS menu system. Didn't work either. Did it work? I don't think it did work. Fuck's sake, man. I'm never ever gonna play this game, ever. Because it's just impossible to get how you want. Like, such a fucker. Ambient creatures, that's just to spawn a bunch of shit. Some of those has got user created projects, whatever. And then it does work. Yeah. Okay, look, it's a Doom engine that you can actually read, and you can change the settings and read them. You don't need to just set it up. Let's just get this Doom first. Here we go. Fuck all the rest of it. I wonder what else is this game confused. What is it? Just keep the other. Switch. Don't do that very often, do they? That's the only time they do it. Never really do. One minute he opens the door, the next minute that's the end of the map. You actually decided to spawn the roles today, did you? Man, I really can't remember that. But then just green is what it is. If I do something like that, if I broke it, Wait, what if you use throw weapon and then pick up all your stuff? It disappears. Yeah, this game's never ever going to be played. That can't be right, surely. Let me just try that again. It's loading the level effect, you son of a bitch. Don't shoot me either. Alright. Be a friction. Oh, it does. Telling me. Oh, that's 325 as well. What did the sense of bitches change? Yeah, let's try this most recent version. Destroy my bat file. All stuff.word. I think I might know what's going on. But historically speaking, whenever I question myself doing something wrong, it's very rarely the case, unfortunately. Because if it was, it'd be easier to fix. Yeah, totally let me haven't added the folders. Fucking nuisance. Right then, you sons of bitches. Play hardball, is it? Do the drag and drop. What have they fucking changed? And when did they change it? When did I make this? They fucking bastards, man. So all stuff works, but you can only use it for a later edition. That's a bit annoying. It's like when you've got your own custom engine and your own shit doesn't work for it. It's a bit of a shame. I'm a double check though, just to make sure that there's no problem with the newly compiled shit. It does work. What is going on? I mean, I guess I could fix all of this shit by integrating it into the engine. Absolutely bizarre. Ooh. Hey, what? I didn't know that happened. You can blow up barrels with a BFG. Wow. That's how little I know what I do. I did not know that. I would like this thing to work. So we'll worry about that another time. I wonder if they can load... No, let's not get crazy. Pat files. That is not a music file. Anybody ever know that you could use pat files for Doom? Just cheats. Infinity Pistol. I can't remember how I made it either, which is quite funny. Well, here we go. That was, what was that? Is that an hour? No, half hour. I'm completely nearly burnt out and I haven't even played Doom at all. I don't know how the developers make so many different versions of GV Doom. Do they seriously boot up Doom that many times to test everything works? Stuff. Okay. Well, there isn't really anything interesting I can do. No one's going to join the stream. So there's no point explaining much, but SC Doom, is there anything to go through? Not particularly. At least we know it all works. This is a DLL. Yeah, I could do that, I suppose. Just a 100% guarantee that things work. I don't really want to have to add stupid numbers to DLLs that I really don't know what they're doing. So libsend files needed in this one, which means OpenAL shouldn't really be needed. Yeah, it genuinely makes no difference. No, it does. What the fuckery? So bizarre. So you can run it with OpenAL, but then if you use a WAV file, it can't read WAV files, so you need the libsend DLL. Need that for FluidSynth. I don't think I'm missing anything else. It's nice to actually have everything almost sounding great. I need to start looking into Wild MIDI, but let's see. Just pick. I never pick the final one. Such a weird friggin' map. More fun listening to the music than it's playing the game. And this is one thing I want to fix, or not fix, sorry, because it's not broken, but change, is because I personally don't need all these audio options. I do think there's potential performance impact and a complete waste of time based on the assumption that everything gets handled better by the application. As you can see, Wild MIDI is the only thing that I haven't set up. And the one thing I will say, in case anybody does bother watching this for 35 minutes, you might as well get something useful out of it, is the intentions of these audio support systems kind of been misused. So obviously, Wild MIDI now sounds dramatically different from everything else. But I mean, if you make a sponge cake and you put lime juice in it, it's going to taste like lime. If you make a sponge cake and put lemon juice in it, it's going to taste like lemons. So if you then take lemon juice and spray it on, you know where I'm going with this, a cake with limes, it doesn't taste like lemon or lime anymore. It tastes like pure overpowered citrusness. It's not the crazy weird sounds that are important with Doom. That was more of a selling point purely for manufacturers of the devices. What's important is actually how the sound is handled by that sound engine. And Wild MIDI, I could be wrong, but just based on what I've read and what I've seen and what I've tested, Wild MIDI and this just sounds fucking ridiculous. But the whole point of SEV would be to ensure the Wild MIDI sounds the same across the board as everything else, so that you're not comparing apples and oranges anymore. You're actually comparing the correct system. So I don't know of anybody that's managed to make up a patch set or a sound font or anything for Wild MIDI to make it sound like the rest of Doom. And I can understand where people's confusion comes from, because you would think that would be counterintuitive, but it's actually not, because that's how you should correctly test all audio to compare it across the board. It's also the only way to work out whether instruments are actually working within MIDIs or not. If you use different instruments, different patches for different things, you're going to get a different sound. There's no point saying this sounds different if you've changed a clarinet to a xylophone or something. It's just stupid. And that's what Wild MIDI does. So we need to look into that content. The wavetable is always going to be perfect and accurate. The wavetable should be identical to real sound, other than maybe the quality. Fluid synth is always going to be a bit punchier, so when you use fluid synth, it should always be dropped down to 0.68, 0.7 maybe. 1.8 at the most, just to compensate for that, the punchier sort of thing. That's what attracts people to fluid synth, that loudness, that in the ears, and that's the correct way to do it. And this is why you'll notice that even though they sound different, they also kind of sound the same, if that's possible. As you can see, this is how it's originally supposed to sound. Actually, saying that, I think I've got the DMS gas lump on. That would be worth testing. Do I have it? Yeah, I think I've got Reed DMS gas lumps on. Let's see what difference that makes, y'all. Should I boot up all my other stuff as well? No, because that'll just kill everything, won't it? Oh no, that's not going to work, because I can't run a comparison unless I'm listening to the same song. Where was it? I forgot where it was, because I never load that level. I didn't know this it. Won't find me, but yeah, bro. What was I doing? Guessing it. The menu fucking. I haven't got my menu on, man. It's a bit harder when I've got my headphones on. There's someone in the chat. Sorry, bro. Hey, I don't pay attention to the chat. I really apologize if you thought I was ignoring you. It's been so many years, I just totally forgot to even check it. Lucifer himself, man. That's crazy. Yeah, I apologize if I missed you there, Lucifer. This is a really, yeah, I remember you, Lucifer, man. A blast from the past, but it does make a difference, that Gus Wad. So then, this is what I've said before. So the original music for Doom was created by, like, what was it, Bobby Prince or whatever. And when I released my End Doom replacement, I accidentally spelled his name wrong and put Robert Price because I missed the N. Anyway, so I'll remember his name forever. Tom Clock was the person who made the DMX Gus thing. So as far as I'm concerned, he's put his personal preference on it. Yeah, that's what's in the Doom Wad. So I've never really understand why they do that. And there isn't really anything problematic about that file. Which is really, really bizarre. Because there's also many, many variations of that Gus C file, which would be for Doom 2, as well as just the DMX Gus file for Doom 1. That's a little bit weird. How have I been? Oh, Lucifer, man. I mean, what a question, my man. Like, the amount of stuff. So nothing particularly good has ever happened to me in like the 6 years that it's been since I've seen you. Let's just put it that way. That's the easiest way to summarize it all. I think I'll just load up Doom 2. Skip the first episode because I'm never going to play this. Otherwise, I'm never going to get a chance. Anyway, yeah, what have I been up to? Wow. I mean, content-wise, in the past 6 years, I've done zero basically. About 3-4 years ago, I did this Doom stuff, and now this is the first time that I've booted it up. It's like, from about a week ago. So this is what I'm doing at the moment, is modifying the GZ Doom engine that comes with this to create my own engine, which is known as SZ Doom. It's not going to be anything impressive to anybody that's a coder, but it's more than enough. It's beyond what 99% of people do in the community. So this is just all the code and stuff here, and just go in and just modify shit and basically go with what I understand. I mean, this is kind of the first time I've ever touched on C++, because I hate code, and I've just, I fear it, I hate it, it does my head in. But before that, I did the Minecraft stuff, and that actually turned out quite successfully. It's exactly the same experience as with Doom. The community was just retarded. The documentation was just complete bollocks. The people that make the apps up to illegal, no good stuff and generate income off somebody else's games, so they never really want to give you the details or the true ins and outs. And then when you call them out on it, they either want to ban you or not help you or whatever the situation is. So none of that's changed in 6 years. I think the biggest, most positive thing that you've missed out on is, well, I say that and then it ends really badly, but last year, so 13 months ago, I got a house, and that's like, during let's say 3-4 years ago, beyond that, I was living out on the streets. I was literally totally homeless, because this is what happens when you spend all your life developing on the world's most expensive machines and giving away your stuff for free, never getting a donation ever in your life. I think that one person I did, and I used the money to buy cat food. He was on the Pokemon Go stream as well. That was Michael, his name was. I think you met him before. We used to call him Michael the Golden Fish. What a fucking legend that guy was. I mean, years later, I did end up getting donations for my Unreal Tournament 3 content, but like those donations don't really count because that was an expensive development period of like 5 years. So yeah, what have we done? We've done Doom stuff. We've done Minecraft. I mean, Minecraft, I basically recoded the entire game. Literally hundreds of thousands, the most code I've ever written in my life. That was quite funny considering I suck at code. It turned out amazing. I don't think I've done anything particularly cool. I've done some audio projects, touch base with one or two famous people along the way. I've picked up a couple of cool things that you just, a couple of cool chances you can't really talk about because of NDA and things like that. But at the moment, I've got 2 cats. I've got 2 baby kittens. I don't know if I got any pictures of my little kitty cats. I mean, I'm saying all this shit, mate. You should be up to date, bro. You should be following me. You should be on Instagram. You should be doing all sorts of mad shit. Follow me around. Is this me? The problem is I can't really show you this, can I? Because it's like you need an account and stuff. But if you like wild, yeah, there we go. There's my 2 little kitties. So they're sleeping at the moment. They're 8 months old. And this time last year, when I moved into the house, I had a ginger cat. But unfortunately, he died. He had some sort of weird health problem. It was a cat that I got from somebody else that I don't think they'd looked after him too well. So I took a couple of months off without any pets and without any animals, and then that was the end of that. So have I just been talking without the microphone on, and now he's wondering like, "Hey man, you're just ignoring me." What else is it? I don't know, man. I don't know what else I've been up to. Not much. I mean, trying to find a house and somewhere to live was just like, took 6 fucking years and almost killed myself about 25 fucking times. So that wasn't great. Let's just go next map because I'm lost now. All I've been doing is ranting and talking bollocks and kind of forget that I do this. Like I go on stream and I've got 2 monitors and I do something else on my other monitor. Because I'm one of those weirdos that plugs into keyboard and mics, so you can multitask. Yeah. So I disappeared for a while. Obviously, I had to kind of like. It's a little bit weird. So I was homeless, living on the streets, but I was one of the richest people, like walking around that was homeless. It was really, really bizarre. So I got like friends who are successful that earn a lot of money doing work. I'm basically the biggest failure out of everyone I know, and like they're all struggling for money and. Well, they're probably not struggling, but they're all being careful and like checking their money, and they've all got bills, and they've got their water bills and electricity bills, and they got kids and families. And I was like, hey, do you know what? I am totally free. I am completely homeless. I have no outgoings apart from my mobile phone and my internet bill. So if I get rid of everything and stop life and stuff, I just have loads of money. But obviously it was still a really difficult time because you end up like staying in hotels and you've got to live off McDonald's food and do all sorts of just weird stuff to survive, So it meant that like any work that I did wasn't work, wasn't professional to any standard. So I just can't count it as work. So I was basically not working for like 10 years. But yeah, it was still pretty cool to be able to like, if I did survive a night and it was cold, then I could wake up and go to a hotel and just, use the facilities or something like that, or go to the gym and use the shower and go to a restaurant and eat the food. I could like have a full cooked breakfast at 9 o'clock in the morning in a little shitty greasy spoon cafe. And then lunchtime I'd be in a restaurant and I'd have a meal in a restaurant. And then one of the other things I did was I spent £200 on an unlimited cinema pass, which was one of the best purchases ever. I strongly recommend it if you're homeless. And I try and stay awake in the night, basically just getting baked, doing the things that you should not be doing. But hey, it's a difficult world out there when you're in that situation. So no judgment. And then go to the cinema and just fall asleep in the cinema and just get 3 cinema tickets for the day and spend like 7-8 hours watching films. So within a year, out of £200 on a cinema ticket, on an average of watching at least one film a day. And one of the times I watched the entire, like, what is it, like Star Wars trilogy or something like that. Oh, it was like Lord of the Rings they did as well, and that was like 11 and a half hours long. So I spent the entire fucking day in the cinema. Like, that was really, really cool. Amazing, amazing stuff. So a load of bizarre stuff. PC's never really been good for me. I probably should have tried a lot harder than I did when I started. I should have been a lot more successful. Should have taken all the years off social media and not used the internet. The phone was pretty exhilarating. It was pretty cool. So yeah, some bad times, but it was worse. Why can't I get this people? There was worse people out there than me. A lot worse off. I also lived in a temporary house for a place as well, but that was pretty freaking awful, to be honest. It was so bad that you kind of preferred to be homeless. And that happens a lot in social housing in the UK, where you finally get a situation, but you're so broken by the system that it's just difficult to kind of be normal or whatever. Oh, there's a connected. No. There's people who will watch this and scream at me for being the worst Doom player on the planet, because I never get past level 1. I always end up just making a mod or recoding something or doing some other stuff. I think I picked everything up though. 12 secrets and I haven't found one. Are you fucking serious? Madness. So let's see. Anyway, I figured you were homeless after you disappeared. Was it being up too much? Well, I was homeless myself for a minute, but I say, oh man, yeah. So if you've had sort of similar experiences, then you know what it's all about. But, hey, whatever. We live in a crazy world, man. If I was homeless in America, I probably wouldn't have survived. So, in that respect, I'm kind of lucky. But this year I really wanted to try and get back into developing, so I spent the entire month of January basically dicking about on the PC, wasting electricity as much as possible, so that I can calculate how much the bill is. Like now, I'll check the bill, sometime next month. And if I'm totally I'm 85,000 in debt anyway, so it's not really going to make much of a difference. But if I'm in debt to the point where I end up homeless again, that's not going to do. So I thought I'd just go all out with this month, and then I'll calculate it, and I might, maybe I just can't use electricity for another 3 months. I've got 2 little kittens to look after, so it's fucking harder to bring up when I have kids. I spend my time with those. They don't need electricity. Why is there 2 yellow ones? I think I need to add a bit of code to stop. So what's happening is I'm using like all of the monsters that have ever been available from the official versions of Doom just to add variety to the game. What I wanted to avoid was the inevitable colourful Doom kind of thing that happens, because this is not really what Doom's supposed to be. It was a balance between the two. Unfortunately, it seems that we're getting 2 of the same colour spawn at the same time. That could be better. I guess if one was red, one was blue, it would look like colourful Doom. But hey, I didn't design the sprites, those are official. So, there's like 6,000 secrets around here, there must be. Why is there a gap over there? shoot that. I totally not ignoring your comments. Just trying to trying to not end up just having a conversation and then you be staring at the screen like, oh, I'm just staring at his blank screen and he's not playing with it. Because I have absolutely no idea where I'm going on this level. It's like really difficult. So maybe I should pop the chat off. It's just me and you anyway, and then nobody else has to read the chat. Oh, during the whole yeah, man. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah. So COVID happened, didn't it? Yeah. Oh, it has been a long time since I spoke with you, Lucifer. That's kind of crazy. It's awesome to see you pop up though. That's super cool. Yeah, so COVID happened. COVID was, it's going to sound really bad, but COVID was like the best thing that could have happened to me, because COVID was one of the things that actually helped me try. Oh, my map menu is working. It normally doesn't load. Yeah, so COVID helped me out a lot because I didn't have to deal with people as much, and I didn't have to do things like. So one of the things you might not know is that in the past couple of years, it turns out that I've got some weird spine issue thing, and my body's been deteriorating from it. So I wasn't able to walk, like physically, or get out of bed or put my shoes on or anything for quite a while, which kind of led to my homelessness. But because of COVID, it meant that I didn't have to visit the doctor or go to places, because they didn't want to do anything in person. They wanted to do it over the phone. And I can, sometimes it can be difficult in person, because the systems end up controlling you, because you have to deal with their rules and regulations based on the fact that you're in the room with the person. So if they don't like what you're saying, they just go, fuck you. It's like when you join a forum, tell someone something's rubbish, they don't appreciate it. They're like, who is this dude? So they ban you. But they can't do that on the phone. They can't hang up on you, because the phone call's recorded. And if a phone call's recorded, somebody has to review that phone call at some point. Whereas when someone's in person, they can just kick you out and just say you were being a dick, which generally happens a lot in this country. People are just at the end of their tether in life. But yeah, that was, long story short, COVID worked out in my favour, because I did everything over the phone, and it meant that, like, I had health appointments for things that I was unable to get to, and then they'd be like, well, we gave you this health appointment and you didn't turn up, and I would have to explain to them that I couldn't physically walk or afford to get transport there. It was a really long and arduous process. I should never do that way. I did lose one or two friends in COVID, so I had people that genuinely went down with it due to failures of the healthcare system, which was a bit of a shame. And these were fit and healthy people as well. Like, I've been smoking 30 years, and I'm pretty sure that that's the reason that I survived COVID. It's because my lungs are so damaged that they just don't process oxygen enough for COVID to be able to thrive. And this is a little fact that you probably might not know, but during the initial wave of COVID, a lot of people were going in with health issues, being reported as just having breathing problems, so they would put them on oxygen, and there is still yet to be one single healthcare service on the entire planet that admits that oxygen was the reason that actually killed the patient, because it caused the virus to thrive. In basically its optimum environment, which is real science shit. You can do the science review and check it out yourself. So that was a bit mad. Crazy COVID, man. Everything was just so bad. And the funny thing is, nobody gives a shit now. Like, COVID still exists, and you just walk around, and people are just like, don't realise that the government completely controlled their lives for 2 years. These are the same people that if you turned around to 20 years ago and said we need to shut down the entire society, otherwise we're going to be controlled, they would think you're like a conspiracy theorist, and hey, you can't do that, you can't just stop the railway. Well, you can. you can do whatever you want when you're powerful. You're rich. Wow, I suck at Doom, boys. I really... Oh, here we go. proper second at Doom. Wait a minute, I think I've got my auto swap texture mod on, which was a basic test mod that I did to see that I could load and change textures on runtime. Just trying to get around the easy do things that would change stuff, and then they're fucking compatibility very annoying. And I'm just noticing now that obviously this would have been a green texture because the green textures on the wall simulate smashing or staining from the green goo that's coming out from the pipe. Obviously it's not working because that's the same thing in the lab. One day I'll go through all this shit and Echo Demon in there. Oh my god, I got a yellow Kaku. Set Commander Keen on you. No. I can't remember what it is because I wrote it 4 years ago. Oh, bam, right, this sketch becomes massive. Just doing the whole cover thing. Honestly, it's great to see you happy now and seem to fully depressed all the time. Yeah, cool, man. Seem to be in a better headspace. I think it's basically a case of when you get, when you experience things that are like so bad, you know, it's just impossible to actually articulate what's going on with how bad it is. Just get rejected from society when things like that happen. And everything becomes a lot clearer. Like, just a lot of stuff. It's pretty interesting, really. And like once I got to the point where I was totally suicidal and really wanted to kill myself and just couldn't, kind of looked back on my whole life and I was like, you know what? I'm in a shit place. But I've had some really amazing things happen to me. So if something did go, you know, inevitably wrong, which it will be one day, I've always been really nice to people unless they've been dicks to me. So that's cool. I'm happy with that. The only regrets I think I'd ever have is probably never making my own game, since that's the only thing that I care about all day, every day, for no reason. I don't know. I think I'm afraid of what my own potential might be, to be honest. It's whenever I do something, I don't do it until it's perfect. And if it's not perfect, I get extremely stressed with it, and that's not good. So other than that, I think it's probably only one or two people in my life that I've maybe said one or two things or been a dick to that was a little bit too far, maybe. So, but we're not all perfect, are we? Hey, this thing's happening again with the textures. I wonder if that's just a thing that they just didn't bother changing the design on. No. Weird. This is a nice little one. I mean, it's a bit confusing. I literally haven't got a clue where I'm at anymore. But I like the, the globally universally accepted level standards here, where you've got each platform, each layer, each different section is a different color, but it's not too overused. I don't think they've got bright maps on, so that's why the walls lighting up. Or if I have got bright maps on and the walls lighting up like that, then that's been broken for like 20 years. That's a bit of a bedroom in there. Secret room could have been a different texture. Where's all the other secrets, man? There's so many secrets. 10. My god. I'm just gonna have to click every wall. I wonder how many times John Romero has watched someone running around pressing E on a wall. not having a clue where to go. I don't hear the monsters. Right then. Screw you. What's this thing? What's another one? Oh, okay, here we go. Now we got a bit of texture. Wasn't this the part of... Man, that's... Yeah, it seems so familiar, that route. Is this because it's E1M4B, or am I just... This is like the level that Romero released, you know, a million years later, or whatever, like 20 years later, to replace E1M4. Which I think might be the one with the Nazis in it. So it looks like he's actually just built it off of what used to be the very first level. Oh my god. That's Doom for you. Oh no. I've got 1,000 health and I'm actually gonna die. Oh, nice. Again. Oh. Come on. Yeah, they need like a rocket gun. Shooters. Independent, 10 p.m. Yeah, I mean it's 4 a.m. for me. I'm just killing time. I spend all my time playing with my cats, so when they go to sleep, that's when I actually do stuff. They wake up at about 4 o'clock a.m. 4 a.m. and I feed them and stuff and go to bed. And then I can feed them again. So awesome to see you, Lucifer. Thanks for joining, man. Really cool. Like I said, I do totally remember you, probably because of the name, but I remember loads of chats that we had in the past as well. And if I ever do any more random streams, I'll try to make them a bit more interesting. This was supposed to be a full playthrough of Doom. It took me 15 minutes to set it up. And then we had 15 minutes of sort of just weird compatibility issues, and then 15 minutes of me talking nonsense, and then 15 minutes of me talking to you, which makes a pretty good hour stream, actually. I do need to sit down and play this game all the way through, so I can memorize every single level. There's another one of those textures they were supposed to put in. I'm lost. Totally lost. This is the back of that place. And then there's nothing in here. Except for this weird little spot where it just brings you back to the start. See, like, I got memory, I just... So I'm missing something somewhere. I don't like using the automap. Oh, shitballs. What the fuck's going on here? Oh, right, that's it, we're no clipping. Sons of bitches. What? Closed after me? Is that supposed to happen? I don't think. It's meant to work the other way around. That's a proper Doom moment. Go in the door thinking everything's fine. Kakadu blood. So they say. They get really funny about that, don't they? Oh my god, it's Kakadu. Really? How alien monsters with eyes are built. That Kaku demon, by the way, is a complete and utter stolen asset. This is like so much of the I can't actually remember what it's called. A very, very old game. We're talking back in the days of Vector graphics, just before Doom managed to get this 2.5. Well, Duke Nukem was 2.5D, I suppose. They've got no. They got ceilings, but you can't sort of go on them. You can't go on the ceiling. One of these opens. I'm playing all this, and there's a strong potential that my Doom mod that I've modified is completely breaking everything. There we go. Anyway, son of a bitch. Interesting. Wow, isn't it weird how you're not supposed to jump in Doom, but they've set it to the exact height when you jump. That's pretty cool. I noticed that you've probably got you don't know. I'm just talking nonsense to myself. That's a problem. The intermission screen loads up twice. Wait, what? Why is E1M4B loaded up in episode 2? There's definitely something wrong in the code here, and I don't think anybody's ever been willing to admit it, because the explanation that the call order in the bat file affects the files that override the previous one, i.e. everything loads up from left to right. So first we've got the Doom word, and then anything this overrides that, that'll override that, that'll override that, that'll override that. So there should be absolutely no reason why the menu breaks, because it's the last thing that loads. No reason why the weapons break, because it's the last thing that loads. You should be able to generate all stuff, because it's just a command that gives you all stuff. We know the sky works, we know the pickups works, we know the sound works, we know the music works. We know the monsters are spawning, the level effects I'm assuming are working, because that override system was cocking stuff up. The commands work, bridges part of the commands, ambient creatures, the bat wasn't spawning. So the only potential problem could be the Doom 1 PK3, which is a bit of a shame. But we already know that doesn't make a difference, because if you put all stuff in there, it gets overridden. I think I've worked it out. Is that why? Do DEH files, maybe they get handled differently. No, I don't like mod files being there. So this generates everything that you can have. This uncaps all your ammo so that you can have totally unlimited ammo. And then this will set that value figure for everything, to essentially 999. Although it's actually 999. 9999, I think, 7. Either way, it's fitting in the HUD, so that means that the HUD's update and that's working. It's way too late, 4 o'clock in the morning, to start doing any changes to code. But have a little look to see where it might be handled. I know that implementing a command's not going to be as straightforward as the code looks. This is where I'm rubbish. So all of this is clearly easy to replicate. Just change a word, make up a new cheat code. Fly, could just call it fart and have it play a sound instead of making fly play a fart sound. But something like God mode or Anubis in the case of whatever game that's for, that's going to affect player health and player damage because it's God mode, which means it's going to be linked to something somewhere. And I guess if the ammo and the health and the pickups are all dealt with the same, that could be the reason why all stuff is not working. I don't know. Is there like a sector or there is an SEC, that's next secret. Yeah, so we got sector numbers. Nope. Secret number? Yeah, level sectors. Which is going to affect WAD compatibility if I start changing God mode, and there's something to do with that, I suppose. One weird thing about this is barrels that explode cause damage to the player, as you would expect. Unfortunately, you only need that calculated if the player is within a certain distance. This should only be a check, or however things are calculated to know that the player needs to be damaged. There's something in GZ Doom that for some reason allows that to be calculated from the entire distance of the whole map, and I'm not good enough coder to work it out. So I think I'll end the video there, and then when I go back and review the video tomorrow and flick through to see if there's anything interesting and remind myself. That'll be the last thing. Because it's a bit weird that you can destroy, like, so if you were to modify God mode in the code to do something really funky, so that where it's supposed to you not get damaged by stuff. Let's just say that you fired a weapon in the distance, and it hits everything, okay, on the map, which would be the BFG. Obviously, the BFG doesn't hurt you, but it does hurt barrels. Now, for some reason, that gets calculated within a certain distance. I think that might be linked to it as well. But the bottom line is, this is where the sectors come into play in the code, which is why I'm not good enough at it, because if you modify the God mode, is it called God mode? I think it's called God mode and God mode 2. When it does that level sector check and you try and blow up a barrel, the entire code crashes, and I can't seem to work out why. And obviously nobody would ever notice or look into this, because when you've got God mode turned on and you stand next to a barrel and shoot it, it does no damage, so the code operates fine. But if you blow up a barrel from a massive, massive distance, something's happening there in the background that shouldn't. But again, it doesn't output an error and it doesn't crash the game unless you modify the God mode code itself to do something just slightly different. So I don't know, maybe there's some other hard coded links there, but whatever. It's all just randy stuff now. We're all done. We're all up to date. We're all good to go. We got SED working. We know all the files work. That's good news. Everything I made 3 years ago was working great. It's just a case of compatibility. There's a brand new engine for people to use. We got perfect audio. All of the instructions are written out, ready to go. It's just the messiest documentation you've ever seen in your life. I think that's about it, man. Project DARPA is, yeah, they've done most of the documentation there. New project, yeah, cool. So we're good to go. I'll do a proper little Doom stream tomorrow. Peace out, yo.